from the Intex building.
I mean,
they're Art Deco, so because this building was built in 1956.
It was.
And I put these boards on here for a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just so damn hard to get down by myself. I just left them. And I had a drawing on the front for a while.
That's what I thought.
But, you know, I was thinking about selling it. And so I just had those painted white. So I gutted this whole... I'm not saying I did it because I did not do all of it, you know. We hired people to do stuff and
How long have you been here?
since 1995.
Really?
But this out here was just gutted and like a porch. There wasn't anything out here, you know. So it took me a year to get this tile, even though it's peel and stick. I laid every one of these except for an 11 by 8 foot piece over here because I had gotten them. You know, you went to my apartment, didn't you? When I was at my apartment,
Yes.
Bobby and I drew on the floor.
It does look like Satya. That's why I was looking at it thinking.
And so then in the very back where it's, because this is cinder block and brick, all this whole building.
Uh-huh. And it was the Intex building, right?
First it was the Houston Natural Gas, and then it became the Intex Gas Company, and it was that until I bought it
Wow.
in 95. And I have 14,000 square feet of property, so I have this house, which is almost 3,000 square feet, and then I have this parking lot, and I have 2 lots over there.
Oh, you do? I didn't realize that. Okay, so this is where you work over here.
This is where I paint.
Okay.
This is where I do my graphic design. Or now I'm doing it there on that table because I just got this new power book.
Oh.
Oh, I love it.
I want you to show me
It's
if
so cool.
you have time. You want to talk about any of these paintings?
Well, there's not always a story behind them.
Well, that's okay, but...
This is something that I printed off of a computer. I had done these drawings of birds, and I scanned them in the computer, and I printed this off the computer on canvas. So, because I was going to try to do acrylic on it, which I don't usually use acrylic. But you can see how it was coming up, so I just peeled it off, and I liked what happened. So this is going to be a long process because I really don't know what kind of paint I'm going to be able to put on here that's going to stick.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly I do watercolor. This is a piece I just finished. This is a piece I just finished just like 2 days ago.
And this is watercolor?
Mm-hmm. But that happened all at one time.
Okay.
You know, most of the things I do, all these, they're just, I do them. I don't sit there and spend weeks, but I've been working on this piece for a month. I've been working on this piece for a year.
Which one?
And then that one I took about a month to do. And Bobby and I did this one at the beach house out at Quintana when his grandmother had a beach house out. They moved that house down to Quintana. Everybody that did it. It's called a Mac Plus, so I'm sure it's probably pretty valuable. And then that's an old iMac.
Oh my God.
Bobby, who gave me that? Oren gave me that at the center. But that one on the very end.
Oh my God.
And it had 2 megabytes of memory in it, of RAM. 2 megabytes.
It looks like a little robot.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
This was just a junk room. So, but I finally decided to carpet it and make it a bedroom. Because, you know, I don't have anywhere, like relatives come down. Or my cousin and her husband are coming tonight to spend the night because they're remodeling my uncle's house.
And they'll
sleep here. And this is Bobby's.
Seems like, did I see that somewhere before?
And this is one of the exhibits that we did together, but several people did it. And
1999.
so I designed it and had it printed, and that's our imitation. This was their break room. It had the most god-awful yellow wainscoting in here. And it had just a big bar sink over there. That's it. There was nothing else in here. So I had to all this had to be put in. And then Bobby Gerard, he made these doors for me. Out of the doors from Gerard's. They were 80 years old.
These?
No.
Oh.
The hallway doors. Because I like, what do you call them, French doors?
Yeah.
But they were one door. They were 80 years old, and he said, oh, well, I'll just cut them in the middle and make French doors for you. And then going into my bathroom and in my closet, he did those. And then he said, I have one more door left. What do you want me to do with that? I said, well, how about making me an island for my kitchen?
Cool.
So, I mean, it doesn't open or
Golly,
anything.
Grady, I didn't even notice that last time I was here.
And then he was going to do wood here, but Joyce said, oh, no, you're not. So they had some of this left over from theirs. She said, he's not going to want a wood top. So,
I like that.
I wish it opened so I could put stuff in there. I'm sure I could do that.
But you have so much space here. I mean.
Yeah. Well, the building is almost, and people ask me about those. Why did they leave those there? And I said, I had those made.
I was going to say, how did you come up with the idea? I love it.
So, because I'll never have windows.
Right.
That building next door. There's about this much room in between these buildings. It looks like one building from the outside.
Right.
So I just said, well, I'll put up these 4x8 stainless steel panels
love 'em.
just to give the illusion of windows, which it really doesn't. But and then I really will have people say, why did they leave those there? And I'm like, I actually paid money to have those made and put up in here.
I love them because they're reflective.
And when I
you
had,
know?
this is like my third oven. I had an oven that had a light on the oven. When you turn out all the lights in here, it had this really cool glow on it. So I like, because this floor is so nasty, I like to just turn this little light on right here and reflect the bird of paradise onto the wall.
Yes.
And, you know, not to conserve energy. I said, well, okay. She said, you pick the spot, and I'll decide what we're going to do. So, Bryan Beach is like one of my favorite places to go. And I used to go down there a lot just for the solitude of, you know, if I was in a bad mood or just depressed or whatever. So it's fairly, those, the one with the two people in it above there was for an article about little white lies in the facts. And in that, and then this was an illustration for runaway teenagers.
What's that for?
The facts. It was for an article.
For runaway teenagers?
Yeah. Oh, here's what I was going to tell you about. This is Bridget. This was the Dow team when I went to work. I didn't work for Dow. I was on, what did they call me? An on-site vendor. And then I had to work, for a year I did that. Then I had to go to this contracting company to work for them. And then I was there another year.
Well, Grady, I see you're in the Burt Reynolds pose.
Yeah, I just thought that would be you know.
No, wait, which one's Bridget? Oh, there you go.
And this is Becky Rasmussen. And I don't know if you know Carolyn. That's Ed. And then I did this in an airport when I was waiting on a plane on a napkin.
Grady.
I was having a few drinks before I got on the plane. So I said, let me have a napkin and a pen. I did a class called Drawing for Illustration in California at the private art school I went to. And we actually had people that came in dressed in costume. And we always had to do like 3 poses for the final piece. And this piece, nobody really, you know, we always had a critique. Anyway, she reminded me of a Kennedy. So I call it Catholic and the Kennedys. He just looks like a Kennedy, I don't know. But,
yeah.
I had, my professor was just like, see, this school I went to, everybody there was an actual artist in their field that were teaching. They weren't just teachers. They were either professional illustrators or they, you know, this teacher, he did a lot of courtroom, you know, pastel drawings and stuff. I think he did the Lee Marvin. 2 floors of wood lamps.
Dang.
I had to make a decision on one.
I was going to say, how could you?
This is the one I did because I mean, you can actually wear this and That open for God, I think.
Oh my gosh, I have to see that. Is it old?
Yeah.
Wow. And this is leather?
I guess, yeah.
Do you
So
know?
there were all these there, and it just took me forever. And my sister gave me this one. Someone gave me this one from somewhere they went. Bobby may have given me that one. My sister and her husband gave me this one. And then this one you can paint. But I just never have done it because I like it. But I think I probably should put some kind of a
That one is
sealer
really
on it,
cool.
or varnish it, or stain it.